The hotels affected at National Harbor are the Hampton Inn and the AC Hotel.
We have stepped up enforcement.
County Executive Angela Alsobrooks has complained that one problem is adults who've rented rooms to allow unattended teens to host parties.
It is absolutely unacceptable to drop off unaccompanied minors to hang out at the National Harbor who are not there to shop, who are not there to dine, and who are not there with a responsible adult.
A lot of these infection rates are generated by gatherings.
Daryl Sims, the county official in charge of getting businesses to comply with virus restrictions, says inspectors have witnessed some of the gatherings. Sims said warnings were issued, but on follow-up, inspectors found the hotels had still failed to secure unattended doors people are using to let in unauthorized partiers.
They all need to be very conscious of persons that might enter the hotel that aren't authorized. That has to be monitored very well. Both of the hotels, they've been very responsive today, and they provided their action plans that we're under review right now.
Sims did not predict when the hotels might reopen. In a written statement, a spokesman for Hampton Inn said it has added extra management, employee, and security coverage to enforce our no-gathering policy. A spokesman for AC Hotels said, "We continue to follow public health authorities' guidelines." This crackdown at National Harbor comes as Prince George's County is tightening restrictions even more in the face of a virus surge. Beginning Sunday night, indoor gatherings of more than 10 people will be against the law in Prince George's County, and only then if there's enough space for social distancing, which county authorities say a typical hotel room does not provide. Scott Broom, WUSA 9.